And Mara, let's go to you. Tell us about your experience and your transformation. So, where were you on your work-life integration journey before you joined us in the program? And you found me randomly on a podcast. It was so cool to have a person from Barcelona be like, "Hey, I want to join."
Yeah, yeah. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. I haven't been speaking English regularly, so I hope I can project my ideas as I would do in Spanish. So, well, when now I have like the whole that period really confused, but I was like actively looking for something. I didn't know what that was that could help me find a way of integrating better demanding career and being a mom, and I was kind of lost. And there was like nothing in Spanish. Everything that I found on in Spanish, I'm Argentinian and I live in Barcelona, was really focused on raising children. But it was not, I didn't find anything like business, language, and maternity together. So I started listening to podcasts in English and searching for books and trainings. I wasn't even sure what I was looking for. And I found a podcast that I don't even remember what that was, where you were interviewed and you were like talking different like business language. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. I don't want to talk about kids anymore. I wanted to have kids. I'm happy that I have two fantastic children. But I didn't want my identity to become only that. And everything that you were talking really resonated with me, because it was like, yeah, your identity, that everything that you had before, it changed, but there were things that were my priorities together with being a mom. So I was like, okay, this is the way. And then I sent you an email, and we had that first one-on-one that it was my click. I realized there that I was in, how do you say in English, autopilot. So I realized that the I have always, before having kids and being an HR director of a very high demanding company, I was really living with intention. I was every day waking up and saying, okay, this is the job that I want to have. This is the boyfriend or husband that I want to have, the city I want to live. And I was really, really intentional until I started the autopilot mode, like being an HR director, having lots of challenges, having kids, trying to take care a bit of myself. And I lived in like 5 years running all day long. And in that one-on-one that I cried a lot. It was the first chat that we had, but I always remember that and I always talk about that because I have in my life like four big clicks, and this was the last one and one of the most important because it was a big change for me, and I get goosebumps when I remind that, because it was really, really meaningful, and it helped me for my business, for my personal life, for my life with my husband, with my kids, and I'm enjoying life more.
So let's dive into that. What has changed in your life? And by the way, Working Parents launched in Barcelona. So it's like the mission is rippling. So tell us about the wins in your business, right? In your career wins and your family, your parenting, finances, if that's applicable.
I try to summarize this. I'm not good at summarizing, and I try to summarize it before. There like so many things. Like, first, I was, of course, really sure. I was like quitting my job and started to run my own business, but I wasn't clear what I was gonna do. So everything that we worked together like gave me a lot of clarity in what to do, which direction to take. But mainly the most important was this self-development part of the thing, like how much you taught me like different tools so that I could gain the confidence that I needed to move forward, to get things running. So despite like the hard skills or the hard sides of the business, for me, what most important, because it's gonna remain besides the results, it's how confidence I feel. It was a journey, and of course, I feel insecure by times because it's normal. It's new things with new people, new environment. But I learned to get this confidence while doing with all the resources that I found in our one-on-ones and in the platform, with all the materials that I discovered a whole new world. So this for the business and the like self-development part, managing time, like I'm not good at that. And I'm really proud of the improvement that I made, and mainly how the program helped me to the time audit and these kind of triggers that you use that help you click and be more aware. Health. I'm doing sport 5 days a week, very consistent, because I started to connect with that, not with the demanding thing, like another thing on my to-do, to the long-term vision. If I wanna be able to play with my kids in the floor when I'm 60, I need to start doing something now. If I get sick, the stronger it finds me, the better. And I found, knowing the fact that I'm here not doing any sport, I want to be here feeling stronger. It was about to find my own tricks to make that happen. Right. So the health part as well.
How did you find the health module on the program? Because we hired we worked with an expert to give us very specific advice. So how did you find that?
Incredibly rich, because to be honest, like my husband and I has been researching into health stuff a lot for the last years. My husband is really into all that. So I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna find here. Maybe not that relevant because we know a lot already. And it was still very interesting. And it was the fact that it was really adapt to what we feel like women on a certain age. I had very little kids, but getting closer to the menopause at the same time. So I have a short period there. So it was very rich. Yeah. And these are the main, I would say. Yeah. And also, like, no, most important, I enjoy more. I let go lots of things. My house is a mess. I delegate a lot, but still is a mess. And I don't care anymore. I have fun. I won't show you my studio at the moment because I have like a bungalow that my daughter built right next to me. I'm in peace. It's just a few years and I want to behave like a kid a bit more. So I'm enjoying more, and my relationship with my kids is way better now than it was before. So yeah, it was incredibly like expectations absolutely exceeded. Yeah.
Thank you so much. For people who may be considering the program and the investment, I remember you and we're going back and forth and you said, oh, it's a bit more than what I expected. What made you decide that spending the money was less expensive than keeping the money?
Yeah. I think it was the two things. One, the fact that we didn't know each other, and in one-on-one, you made me like reflect on millions of things. That was really powerful, and that made me think, okay, if this is happening in an informal one-on-one, you don't even knowing me, I didn't even knowing you. Definitely in 1 year program, there has to be much more. And second, the fact that I've invested so much money on my career that I'm like, why I'm not gonna invest on my own happiness and health, and so it made me, back then I remember I was like, our priorities are all wrong. You can invest, I don't know, 60,000 on an MBA, an average MBA, and I won't invest on this program that in this moment of my life that it's very special. And the fact that the program was like really complete, and it talked about like personal branding and health and family, and like it was like so complete. It's like it's an MBA for life. And it started to, not, I won't say that, yeah, it's cheap. It was a relevant investment for me, but definitely I didn't find anything similar in the market. And the fact that in a 30 minutes conversation you made me reflect on my whole life was like, okay, there has to be way more there. And it was a lot more.
Thank you so much, Mara. I think that pretty much covers it. For those of you who are going to be spending a couple of days with us, get the value A number one from the workshop, show up as if you're spending $10,000 per day. And if you decide to join the program, that's how I invite you to show up for yourself, because it is your life, it is your health, it is your happiness, it is your career. We have so much time on this earth and then we pass on. So let's make the most out of it. We have so many case studies about women getting success in the program, right? But meanwhile, and Mara, I don't know if there's anything else you want to share. I re-invite you, as I said, that too long didn't read. In the workshop, use that anchor. I didn't, again, use the worksheet in super great detail, but that document that you produced today, this one page, this one anchor, this is the type of thing that we want to consistently build in every pillar of your life, right? So today you chose health, maybe you chose wealth, maybe you chose family happiness, but to move forward, you need to make the time and you need the clarity, right, to move there. And the majority of people need accountability and they need community. Doing these things at the speed of change and momentum you desire, trying to do it on your own, you're not going to get the same result. Only a small percentage of the population has the ability to uphold themselves, right? The majority of us need that accountability. So that's why this program was created. Okay. Mara, before I wrap up the call for today, is there anything else you would like to say if somebody's considering wanting to explore whether the program is a fit for them, right? What would you say?
I would say, like, first, that I don't have any commitment with you to do this. It's just because I have a mission in my life that I want to help moms and dads to live a better than we usually do. And you had that effect on my life. So it's part of my own mission of changing this way of living maternity and career like a suffering thing. It doesn't have to be like that. And it's a program that actually could fit anyone, not only moms and kids. Like, it's a self-development, clicks all the time clicks. And so that's it. I hope you do it, because for me it was a game changer, and I encourage everyone to take right decisions and invest in the right things, because there are a lot of bullshit on internet. So I like to recommend people that I respect and that I know that live this as a personal mission as well. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time. So I appreciate it too. It's a little bit later in Barcelona. Everyone, thank you for showing up today. Take your anchor document, put it on your wall, and stay committed to it. And if you post your homework in the Facebook group, so today would be very 2 short sentences, then you'll be eligible to win the VIP day with me. And there's also tuition cash in the MoMBA program, and I think an extra month in the MoMBA program if you sign up by the end of July. We're enrolling out throughout the summer for the official September cohort. So you'll be seeing emails, and Liza, if you can drop in the chat the link, we will be sharing that about like 5% of the sessions, and the rest, of course, we'll be focusing on providing you enormous value. So thank you for joining us for this first masterclass. Embrace decisiveness, and see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.